Madrid, the unstoppable white force that is Los Blancos. The biggest team in world football. The team that every player wants to go to. The team that has an unlimited amount of money to spend on footballers. And most importantly, the team that dominates world football. Now we need to understand that most teams go in cycles. They have a period of high success and dominance, and then they fade back into reality and move into a transition period. It's been happening to Barcelona since COVID. It's been happening to Manchester United since Alex Ferguson's left. It's happened to Arsenal, Chelsea, Juventus, AC Milan. It happens to every single team but Real Madrid. To put into perspective how crazy it is what they are currently doing, Modric, Kroos, Carvajal and Nacho now have 6 Champions Leagues. That's the same number as Manchester United, Man City and Chelsea combined. These teams have been playing football for a combined total of 400 years, and in the last 20 years these Real Madrid players have won the same amount of titles as them in Europe. Now to the point of this video, everyone hates Real Madrid. I would be absolutely worried if you didn't. It comes from the deepest level of jealousy anyone would have. They've won a grand total of 98 major trophies since their inception, and you guessed it, no one else comes close. Unlike Real Madrid, this channel is not world renowned yet. So make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe. All the success means you're gonna have your haters, and you better believe Real Madrid have more than most. One thing everyone has to admit is when you play against Real Madrid, you are gonna be up against it because of the quality of the players they have, but also because of the officiating that they have on their side. Even this season, Bayern Munich had a goal that likely should have stood, or at least at the minimum went to VAR. Thomas Tuchel was fuming after the game, saying this: "The linesman said sorry, but that does not help. To have the guts, the balls, to raise the flag like this is a huge call. And it is the wrong call." He is not the first manager to be furious at a refereeing decision, and he won't be the last. He's not even the first Bayern Munich manager, because back in 2017, Ronaldo had 2 offsides that should have been called against him and never was. Now to be fair, Real Madrid won't usually need refereeing decisions to win games, because when it comes to the best players, they have them playing at their football club. And if you weren't angry before, you likely will be now, because you were probably thinking of a player that Real Madrid have taken from your club. They signed such an array of top talent that it even has its own name: the Galacticos. If you live under a rock and have never heard of this saying, it's basically a policy which means Real Madrid go out and sign the most high profile, most expensive players in every position. Cristiano Ronaldo, R9, Zidane, Beckham, Roberto Carlos, Gareth Bale, Jonathan Woodgate. The list is endless. All these players at the peak of their powers inevitably persuaded to join Los Blancos. To emphasize just how much power Madrid have in getting their star men, they allegedly invented a tax law to help attract top European talent, and this all coincided in 2003 with the arrival of David Beckham. Beckham was allegedly annoyed at the amount of tax he was going to have to pay if he moved to Real Madrid in the summer of 2003. So Real Madrid did what any other team would do. They went to the government and asked them to change the tax law. The government said the new law was to help attract skilled workers to the country, and anyone that earns over 60k was to be taxed at a flat rate of 24%. The nickname of this law then went on to be known as the Beckham Law. So not only do they attract the best players from world football, steal them from the team that you love, pay them wages that nobody else can pay apart from maybe 1 or 2 teams in European football, but they're also able to change the tax laws to encourage them to join. What's not to love? Now you would think, how on earth are Real Madrid able to achieve all this? Well, it's down to one man, and he leads them with an iron fist, and that is Florentino Perez. He's been the president of Real Madrid across 2 terms and has led them for over 21 years. Most years he runs for president, he runs completely unopposed. You might wonder how a football president could have such power, but Florentino Perez's success extends way beyond football. Perez is a very successful businessman, and he's a prominent figure in Spain's construction industry with a company called ACS. Through this company, he's been able to benefit enormously from the close ties he has to the political elites. His relationship with these influential politicians have helped ACS secure numerous lucrative contracts. All of this has raised questions about the fairness and transparency of the bidding process with these contracts. One of the most controversial deals under Perez's leadership was the sale of Real Madrid's training ground. This transaction, which involved the city of Madrid, was highly profitable, and it helped fund the Galacticos in the early 2000s. It's been heavily criticized as an example of Perez using his political connections to engineer favorable terms. It raises the question of ethical and legal connections about the use of public assets for private gain. So now you might be starting to see the full picture. What happens when you combine the greatest club with the greatest history, with the greatest players in world football, with the greatest amount of money of any team, and a cutthroat president? Well, my friends, you get the envy of every football fan. Los Blancos. Thank you everyone for watching. Let me know, do you like or hate Los Blancos? And I'll catch you all on the next one.